everybody. I'm Officer Hoffman. I'm from the 107th Precinct. I'm the crime prevention officer. My duties entail looking at patterns and seeing where crimes happen in our precinct. I offer numerous services. We do security surveys at residents, commercial establishments, and now we have a new house of worship survey. So I can go to a building. I actually just did one here a couple of weeks ago, and we went over doors, windows, locks, security cameras, alarms, landscaping, everything that's around the perimeter, every little detail. We walked around this entire building and said how, how an intruder could come in. And it's what I do. I give you guys an opportunity to prevent someone from coming in. But obviously, just like in your house or a commercial establishment, if someone's going to get in, they're going to get in. It's just how long it will take them to get in. Nothing is burglar proof, but we do our best and we offer programs. And then I give you the $1 million survey, and you guys do with whatever you want with it. That's one aspect. In the crimes that are occurring in this area, a lot of them are property crimes, or crime of opportunities. We're getting car break-ins, we're getting stolen cars, people leaving their cars running and they're being stolen, and of course burglaries. Not so much in the wintertime, but come the springtime, the summertime, people forget to lock their doors, forget to lock their windows, and in the past we've had burglars go in through someone's side window, their rear window. So we're just here to talk about tips. Also, another big thing is scams, phone scams. So I'm going to start touching up on just about everything. We'll start with. We got some books here. You guys can kind of follow along. Over on Casino Boulevard, we've had a rash of robberies. People are in the bus stop, people walking to and from the store, and what happens is you're walking to the store or you're walking in the bus stop, and what do people do? They have their head down in their phone. Someone comes up, they grab your phone, they run off. Hey, contacting us. You can't, because someone just took your phone, right? So we want you to be aware of your surroundings at all times, walking to and from a bus stop, walking to and from the store. Be observant, and that includes walking across the street. So what we recommend is you put your phones down. Okay, you're walking to and from your location. You don't need your phone on. Plus, we need you to be alert. And like I said, when someone takes your phone and they're gone, we can't catch them right away, because you got to go find somebody to call us. So, so basically over on Casino Boulevard, that's where a lot of robberies are happening right now at this time. There's a lot of car break-ins right now. People are leaving their laptops, their electronic devices. They leave stuff in the center console. And you'll have somebody walking in the middle of the night. We'll have the 107 will have about 8 to 10 cars out, but this is 13 square miles, so we're not going to be able to cover every single road, every single block. So we'll have a perpetrator that'll go, and he'll just pull on car door handles, one right after the other, and someone left their car door unlocked. And then they're rifling through your car. And iPads are being stolen. Wallets are being left. Yeah. The key fobs are being left in the car. And then they steal your car. So, we just recommend that you guys lock your cars before you walk out. Make sure the car door is locked. Don't store anything in your trunk. The trunk is not a safe haven, because all they have to do is just hit the trunk release and they're rifling through your trunk. And we've had a lot of valuables being stolen from there. Okay. Personal safety for your home. You have your keys out before you enter your home. They can be used as a weapon if someone approaches you, if your key is out. And plus, you can enter and exit your residence quickly, as opposed to opening up, fumbling for your keys, and someone's right behind you. If you have your keys out, you approach your door, you open, you're in, you're out, and you close the door. I'm not saying you guys have to live in fear, but you just keep these tips in mind. Be prepared. Expect the unexpected. Again, well, I want to touch again on, when I do these security surveys, your residence, it should be well lit. Nothing should be overgrown trees, bushes. That's isolation. That's concealment for intruders to go into your house when everything is overgrown. So if it's not well lit, make sure you have lighting outside your residence. You can have a timer, dusk till dawn. If you live in an apartment and you feel that your apartment complex or a commercial establishment that you frequent, try and talk to somebody into getting more lighting in that area that thwarts intruders or prevent somebody from robbing you. Strangers that approach you. Can I use your phone for a second? You lend them your phone. Oh, my phone's dead. Can I borrow yours? You take their phone. You give them your phone, and they're gone. Again, how you calling us? They got your phone. So, and you say, oh well, this is like a younger generation issue. No, this happens to anybody. Seniors, teenagers, and everyone in between. So we just want you to keep aware of that. We have a lot of scams going on too. A lot of phone scams. We have the Social Security scams. They call up and they tell you they're from Social Security. Your Social Security number has been compromised, or you owe the IRS $4,000. Give us your Social Security number, your mother's maiden name, your date of birth. You do not give any personal information out over the phone. We get another common scam is police. The Police Foundation is looking for vests. Make a donation to the Police Foundation to donate money so police get new vests. The police will never solicit money over the phone, ever. We will never ask you for money, ever. So that's another scam. A deportation scam or an arrest scam, where they say, all right, you're illegal. We're going to deport you back to your country. If you don't wire $10,000 to this account, you wire the money, you're out. Just that simple. People get worked up and excited, and then in not the right state of mind. If people are going to want you to pay them, they're going to do it the right way. No one's going to collect money over the phone. A refund on your cell phone bill. We're going to credit your account $46. Just give me your PIN number, and we're going to deposit back into your checking account. They obtain your PIN number. They call up your phone service, and they try and get your account and routing number. And once they obtain that, they can wipe your account clean. So again, it's very imperative that you don't give out any information over the phone. The people who are calling you should know all that information, and there's no reason for you to give it out at any point. Leading up to account and routing numbers, we had an issue last year with mail phishing. And anybody familiar with mail phishing? What happens is that you deposit your mail, you write out your checks, you deposit in the mail slot. Pickup is at 8 o'clock in the morning. You deposit it at 9 a.m. It's not being picked up for another 23 hours, and it's sitting in that mailbox. And what perpetrators do, they will take a heavy object and have a sticky substance around it, whether it's mousetrap glue or any type of adhesive, and they'll throw it in the mailbox slot, drop it in there, and whatever pieces of mail stick to that heavy object that has an adhesive on it, and they'll pull it out, and they'll pull out 2-3 pieces of mail. They take it, they put it in their car, and they drive off. And they take them, and they take a household product, they take your check, and they wash your check, they keep your signature, and they'll rewrite the check with a third party. So it'll be under the name of John Smith. And they'll have another account made out to John Smith, and they cash in your check. And they can alter the check. Let's say you paid $18 to a magazine subscription, and they just rewrote the check out for $1,432. And you go, this is odd. How'd this happen? They already have the money, and your account is compromised, and now they have your account number. This is common among seniors, because if you've noticed, outside of almost every single pharmacy, there's a mailbox right outside. So what seniors do, they go, they fill their prescriptions, and while they're waiting for their prescriptions, they write out their bills. And when they're done writing out their bills, they ask for a book of stamps from the pharmacist. They mail out their mail. And what's outside the pharmacy? A mailbox, and they deposit in. And if it's not being picked up that day, it's sitting overnight. So we've worked with the NYPD has worked with the Inspector Generals to modify these mailboxes, the ones that open up. Well, now you have a little slot. It looks very foreign, and complicated, but you put one piece in at a time, and that deters thieves from going into those mailboxes. We recommend you use a thin Sharpie or a gel pen. That way the checks cannot be washed if you do have to use that. Obviously, we recommend to alleviate that by, do online banking, but if you have to write a check, use a gel pen or a Sharpie and deposit it into the mailbox before pickup. You don't want that mail sitting there overnight, or go inside the post office. We've had mailboxes that were compromised right outside the post office. The post office is closed, and you turn around, oh, well, there's 4 mailboxes right outside the post office, right on Main Street and 75th Road. There's all those mailboxes right there. So you turn around, you deposit in there, it's right outside the post office. What could happen? It's a federal building. They only care what happens on the inside. The police worry about what goes on the outside of that building. So the federal government is not going to put cameras outside their establishment. So, like I said, we've worked with the Inspector General, and we've altered those mailboxes to deter thieves from going into those mailboxes. So, and we actually caught 4 guys stealing mail, and 2 of them had guns right here on Main Street and 75th Road. So you think it doesn't happen in Kew Garden Hills and Flushing? Well, it does. Anything can happen, any place, anytime, which is the reason why me and Officer Capozzi are here. Again, to touch on like your vehicles, you want to always lock and secure your vehicles, activate your alarm every time, never leave the keys unattended. It's winter time. I'm just going to run into the store and I'll be back in 30 seconds. Well, it's gone in 10 seconds. Someone can jump right in the car. They normally take it for a joyride, and they'll smash up your car. They can do whatever they want with it because it's not reported stolen. Sometimes your phone's in the car and you left. So, we recommend you park in well-lit areas. Really, you want to touch on anything? What else is going on in this neighborhood? We got car break-ins, cars being stolen, tires and rims being stolen. Very common one is the new Hondas. Those rims are about $1,000 each on the new Hondas. They're the hot topic right now. 20 years ago, cars were being stolen. We had Nissan Maximas, Toyota Camrys, and Honda Accords in this area. When I first started here 20 years ago, there was about 800 cars being stolen in this precinct. It's down to about 120 right now for last year. So, and that's the work of us, and also the manufacturers that create better alarm systems for these cars, but they still do happen. And a lot of them occur, just human error. Just simple things that you guys already know, you just forget to do, and we're just here to remind you. Lock your car, take that key fob, put it in your pocket, don't leave it in the car. Don't leave anything visible in your car. And the trunk is not a safe place to store anything. Packages being stolen from your front step, and anybody have a package stolen off their front step, we recommend you use a video camera with an app on your phone, because nowadays I can't recommend a specific company, but I'm sure you're aware of the very popular companies that have it. Someone approaches your door, they drop a package off, you know it's there, call somebody to go pick up that package and have it removed off your doorstep if you're going to be there for a prolonged, if you're going to be away from your residence for a prolonged period of time. All right. At this time, I'm going to open this up for a question and answer. You have any questions, concerns, any issues that you felt I haven't touched on? Anybody? I want to remind you guys that the burglary survey, the security survey that we do, it's excellent. I'm not going to go into depth, but I walked into this room alone, and there is a lot of discrepancies in this room alone. And me and Pinhas went over it, and we're gonna make sure that the issues, the weak issues, the areas of concern are addressed to make this place safer. Yes, ma'am.
What can you suggest for the children that are walking back to school from bus stops? 12, 10, 11, that age, like beginning teenagers, girls, boys, especially girls, and they walk alone home. What can I say to my daughter besides being like aware and alert more?
Have your phone accessible. Don't have it out, but have it accessible.
What if she doesn't have a phone?
Walk with somebody.
Many children don't have phones.
Walk with somebody.
Walk with somebody.
Yes, and be aware of your surroundings. So in the event something happens, if you're walking down Main Street, you're a block away, something happens, you go into a local store. You go into that. Also an issue with these children are social media. You have an issue with social media now. You go away on vacation and people post, I'm away on vacation. Well, if we're friends on your social media account, but they're really not your friends and they could be acquaintances, well, now everybody knows that you're away on vacation. Wait till you get back. And then you post all your wonderful pictures and tell everybody how great your vacation was. Okay?
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so hi, thank you for coming. I live in an apartment and there is cameras inside the building, but there's no security guards like some apartments have. So, do you think it's a good idea if I talk to the person who's in charge of the building?
Sure.
To have security?
Yeah, absolutely. If they want to have security, that's great. But just like when I do these security survey, I'm going to give you the $1 million security survey. And what's going to happen when you live in an apartment building and now you got to hire security guards? Your rent's going to go up. That's normally what happens. You have grants through Homeland Security with the House of Worship, church, mosques, synagogues, and shuls. They can apply for a Homeland Security grant for something that's a private residential apartment building. More money, more security, more rent. It goes hand in hand.
So the doors are locked. The lobby door is always locked unless you have the keys to open it.
That's good.
You could there's a button to special numbers after everyone has. So that's also safe. I'm saying it's not as safe as having a security guard.
Well, if the super thinks it's an issue and there's crime in that area, we can go by and either give him tips on to better secure the residential apartment building, or we can do a security survey of that residential apartment building. Okay. Yes, sir.
I came a little bit later. I didn't hear at the beginning, but there is a concern in this area since Queens College is an area students parking actively in the morning and in the afternoon, the speed is not limited.
Right.
People zoom to 147th Street to 68, on all the street, people just zoom like it's a highway.
Yeah.
Is it a concern to install here the speed bumps? It's.
That you would have to contact DOT.
You would have, yeah, you could call 311, lodge a complaint, and start the process that way. You can call Community Board 8, express your concerns. Maria over there, she's excellent. She'll take all the information and get a hold of the Department of Traffic for you, and they'll do a survey of the area and see if it deems necessary to have a speed bump. But, anybody here live near a speed bump?
Yes.
Yes. 2 o'clock in the morning, when garbage trucks are banging on those things and trucks are going up and down, they're very loud also. So they have their pros and they have their cons. So, just talk to your neighbors. If everybody really wants it, start with 311, call Community Board 8. They're over at 197 in Hillside, and they'll start the process for you and guide you.
Also, the intersections here, we don't have red lights, so stop signs, and even if there is stop signs, the area is not clear, like about 10 feet from the corner.
You need
If
lines.
somebody's parking on the corner,
Right.
especially a big van, you cannot really see when they're making turn, you cannot really see what's coming.
311.
311.
311, if they're parked on the corner and they're obstructing a crosswalk, they can get a ticket. Yes, sir.
What's the rule on the two buses you just mentioned? These like big vans, parked like on 147, and
Are they passenger vans or are they commercial?
they.
Because commercial overnight parking is not allowed, and you call up 311,
They don't have
and
commercial.
they'll come, yeah, they're residential.
Big,
If they're there for over 7 days, then they can be towed.
It's a TLC plate, you can park in
TLC?
TLC, one guy owns it.
and these are.
Yeah, there's a cab, they have to drive, you can,
Well, we could go talk to him.
I'm sorry?
If he's a nuisance to the neighborhood, we could, just go speak to him as a human, we.
If he's got 6 or 7 cars. and-
We had a guy with 24 of those Mercedes Sprinters. We spoke to him, and now he's aware that he made enemies with some of his neighbors.
Over in Fresh Meadows, and we addressed it.
Yeah.
And
What?
it became such a nuisance that we marked the tires, and in 7 days, we had a heavy-duty truck tow, and we started towing his party vans. So the party was over.
And 147 is a narrow street, so when you have one of those vans,
Yeah.
parking in
Right.
147 and what?
68, 67,
all the way to
Seven.
7.
up to Melbourne,
Go this way,
Going, yeah. that way.
yeah, going south.
south.
70 Avenue, 70 Road.
Gotcha, gotcha. They're all,
70 Road, 70 Avenue.
You also have someone on Main Street who parks 4 cars.
the tractor trailers there too?
Yeah.
Rather than.
Where-
It's almost cheaper for them to get summonses than it is for them to
Yeah.
rent space. It's horrible.
Yeah.
We actually do hit them with summonses.
Well, and we also recommend that you call your neighborhood coordinating officers, the NCOs, to the sector, and they can help address it. Not saying that they're going to address it, because they got a lot going on with the crime issues. But if they can, first, call 311 and see what they can do.
Another
They can
question.
refer to DOT.
Why the light is so small here in the street?
What light?
Why they put the light pole for?
The
You
street.
see light,
The street.
but it's like this.
DOT.
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 DOT, this is not the answer. DOT said DOT 311, 311 said the government.
It's not us, it's not NYPD.
The cops don't hang lights, man. But we
No,
can
no,
let them
but
know.
the security, we're talking about security, we have to get lights.
Yeah.
Again, Community Board 8, that's what they do. They
You can
take all your
put it further
complaints. What?
Can you run it up?
Run the lights up?
No.
I don't even hang Christmas lights in my house.
The problem, write it down to keep it with it.
Yes, but listen, I dealt with the civics over on the east end of the precinct, Utopia Civics. They were real frustrated about those vans, and I asked them what I'm gonna tell you what I told them. Please call 311 over it. Because once you start calling 311 and making complaints, it will get noticed and it will be taken care of. I am making notes right here. I will call who I have to call, but they're gonna be like, okay, well, officer, thank you, okay, great. But once they start seeing one complaint, two complaints, three complaints, now wait a second. It's not just that one person complained, it's multiple people are complaining. And once we get the whole neighborhood involved, that's why we have our civic groups. I saw Mitch here before. He's not here anymore. All right. So, we have multiple civic groups within the confines of the precinct. You could get involved and say, hey, guys, we want lights, we want this, we want that. That's what the civics are. The civics are people like you that live here in our neighborhood. You come, you tell your complaints, and then we work on it, right? One complaint is not gonna go far, and you know that.
Yeah, or you go to the congregation, have the congregation, everybody from the congregation call, everyone.
You think it's going to move?
What's that?
It's going to move it?
Yeah.
If everybody call from here?
Squeaky wheel gets the grease, right?
I'm tired.
So if you guys want more lighting and you want a speed bump, and if the congregation wants it, what a great place would be to have it right here, right? A speed bump in front of the congregation, more lighting in front of the congregation, it makes it even more safer. It all ties in, not just traffic safety, but, personal safety too. And if the congregation wants to do it, you just have everybody, all right, everybody's gonna call. Saturday night or Sunday, everyone's gonna call 311 and say that we need speed bumps and we need more lighting at the corner of 68th Drive and 147th Street. That's how you get it done.
I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
They're popping up.
Am I allowed to carry around pepper spray?
No, you cannot.
Hello.
No.
No, you cannot.
He didn't believe me.
Yes, sir.
Address us how to behave at time of terrorist act. What we should do.
Just be aware of your surroundings.
No,
Just-
typically when it's happening in a show or something like that, people
That's-
have to run away.
that's why-
Should they run away, or should they confront them? What we should do?
Well,
That's a whole different topic. That's an active shooter.
it's a whole aspect. You can actually go on the website, nypdshield.org. When we do the security survey of the House of Worships, which, I'll give to Bean House, there's a whole list of everything that you can do.
Did you do that?
We don't do drills. I actually called up the NYPD Shield. They had a presentation over at St. Francis Prep a couple of months ago. But what they did touch on is that you flee and then you fight. So, but we do these security surveys for anything, whether it's a vagrant coming in, whether it's someone trying to hurt you, or a vehicle trying to come and, comes into the building, you just want to be better prepared for everything. So that's a whole nother topic that, could take hours to discuss, and we're not experts in that field, but we did go to that presentation, and that's one thing that they recommended. Know your surroundings. If someone comes in here, you go there.
Don't you guys do the active shooter training?
No. Do we do it? No.
Precinct does not.
No?
We don't give that out, no.
No.
That's a whole special unit. That's all they train, you train and then they come out and they're very articulate. They tell you, they teach you what to do.
It's from the police department. It's you can go on the website, nypdshield.org, and that'll give you, we'll just do a search on the internet, if they don't have the answers. Okay, we tried to get an active shooter presentation to do like a drill, and they did not do that. So, but you guys can practice your own. In the event, you have a lockdown drill, and you can practice that as to entrances, exits. I know there's 3 exits for this establishment. You have the front, you have the rear, and you have the side over there. Those are your 3 exits, right?
The side is one.
Well, we went over some safe,
Upstairs.
It goes downstairs, but then you get to the garage.
that makeshift garage you have out there.
No, it goes to the front, the makeshift garage.
But it's an exit.
But we went through the whole building with Peanuts.
Yeah.
And we give you a lot of safety tips.
Well, if you got a bad guy in the lobby, would you rather be out there or you want to be in here?
Up there.
There you go. Okay. Yes, ma'am?
First of all, thank you very much for everything you do for us every day,
No problem.
and to your families. Wanted to ask you, does the police department have any self-defense courses that people like us can go to?
Self-defense?
Like courses.
Oh, so,
We do not have them. Again, you can go on the internet. There's numerous places in this area close by that you can do an internet search. We can't give you any type of referrals, but
They don't do that.
no. They have programs, they have specials, places in the area. They have martial arts, and they may offer a free program. I can't refer you, but if you go on the internet, you can look, and there are some in the area that do it. I just can't refer you because they're private, but the NYPD does not offer that. They don't even offer us that. All right, anybody else?
Anything legal you can have to defend yourself?
Pen. Flashlight.
That's mean you,
I'm not joking
defend
around.
yourself. I mean,
If you don't, hey, if you don't know how to defend yourself, then the lady just asked, do you give courses? There's multiple MMA classes, there's multiple defense classes. People, you all live in this neighborhood. There's a lot of different dojos in this neighborhood. Maybe go and speak to one of the head senseis over there, or one of the, shians, and you go in and say, hey, I'm from the synagogue down the street. We have X amount of members, and we're just looking to train. Maybe they'll do you a deal. And everything on your body or anything around you can be used as a weapon. You're asking me what weapon
Can I hurt you with this?
Of course.
You don't think I can kill you with this pen?
Keys?
Anything.
Well, you're not looking to attack somebody, you're looking to defend yourself.
that's right.
One
But you-
shot, and then you run away.
You remember, every weapon you bring into a room can be taken from you and used against you also. Okay? So all the years of training, you got to understand, if you're overpowered by some guy high on crystal meth, PCP, he's coming through, he's going to walk right through you. I've seen these people shot. I've seen these people hit by cars and they just bounce up. So you're asking about what weapons you're going to have to go speak to a gentleman at one of these dojos over here. They're all over. There's some, gentlemen over here that were like Israeli fighters, and they train in some crazy styles I've never even heard of. But
And again, you can go with the congregation, you get a group discount, and you can go.
Think about it.
Go take a self-defense course over there.
Think about this.
And you take it from there. If you feel like you need something else other than hand-to-hand training, then you know what the other options are. You can apply for a pistol permit for safety, right?
those books could be used as a weapon. I know people could hit you with that bottle and hurt you.
Are there any guns in here?
Are there guns in this room?
No.
What? Are there guns in this room?
There's two of them.
Yeah, there's two of them.
How about in the lobby? Yeah.
We're pretty much outnumbered, right?
And there's one in the lobby, right? So. Yes, sir?
What's the regulation to apply for a gun?
That you would have to call up headquarters to the pistol permit. You have to call 1BP and call and they'll tell you how to apply for a pistol permit.
The chair you're sitting on, you could pick it up and hit somebody with. I mean,
I kill this chair, gonna go to him, the bullet gonna come already. Before.
Excuse me.
we got to fight.
Use electric gun in the case of the emergency.
I don't go near electricity. And let this guy know.
It's possible to get.
I got electrocuted over the summer, so I don't go near it.
In the case of emergency case,
They're not legal in New York City.
No,
cannot get the permit of that. Possible to get the permit.
Cases aren't legal in New York City. Yes, ma'am.
Something that people should know, first of all, on the Homeland Security website, there's a film that's called Run, Hide, Fight, which is exactly, it's free, watch it. It's a 4-minute video, and it teaches you exactly what to do if somebody comes in with a gun. And it's scary to watch, but it's informative. The other,
What is it called?
Run, Hide, Fight.
Did you hear that? Hey, can you guys hear? There's on Homeland.
Homeland Security, if you just Google it, there's a video on there, it's called Run, Hide, Fight. And it's exactly what to do if somebody comes into a building with a weapon. The other thing is, and this is something that I learned from the training that I went to at the FBI, every book actually can absorb the
Energy.
impact of a bullet.
Yeah.
So if somebody comes in, hold it to your chest, Literally, like the thicker, the chumash, the thicker, the sitter,
Furniture, whatever.
furniture, right, all those things absorb. And
Anything is covered, the chair is covered. If you stand behind a chair, it's better than nothing. This podium.
My partner.
Oh, this is a problem.
Well, not
Question for you.
like that, but yeah.
In United States and different countries is very hot, you know, they almost in fights, big fights. We know that, right? If there was to be a chemical attack here,
Chemical
what you
attack.
going to do?
Run.
There you go.
Run. Get in my car, run.
Because I want to run after you, I want to know where you are.
Where am I running? I swear I got my car key in my pocket. That happens, I'm out.
We're on an island.
Yeah,
So-
it's an island.
We're on an island right now, so.
So what we going to do, really?
Chemical and radiation, yeah.
In Israel, they got
You're doing nothing.
everybody.
Sure.
We are all in the same boat.
So
That's it. That's it.
You're not gonna get it here, right?
That would be through federal money. That wouldn't be through us. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, maybe it's gonna be personal favor. My wife is one of the people who says that in a synagogue, everybody should have a gun. So could you please give me your reasoned professional opinion of that and keep it clean?
What is, every weapon can be taken from you and used
Yeah.
against you. One, everybody in here has a gun, and there's a bad guy coming in. The guy in the back, he's gonna shoot. The guy in the second row is gonna shoot. That guy, and you're all gonna have a trickle effect of possibly even shooting each other. That would be an horrific
Well, in order to get a
accident.
gun, you have to practice gun safety.
There's,
So if
there's
you
a lot
have
more.
100 well-trained people with gun safety, then yes. But
We do a lot of
if you
training.
give random people guns,
Like
you know.
Florida or Texas, like that, where everybody gets a gun first.
Okay, but in that situation, that guy in that Texas shooting, he was part of their security team. But he was also, I don't want to, maybe he was a sniper, he was some sort of marksman, where he taught how to shoot.
Generally in Texas, where everybody has guns.
Ah, my
That's the same law.
family's from Texas, everybody has a gun down there. What's the crime rate?
It's a state law. There's nothing we can do about it. It's a state law. So,
So in New York, it's not the same as Texas?
No, it's not the same as Texas.
No.
There's no horns in his head.
every state law is different. So that's just what we'll do.
You go to Long Island.
You have a question?
Yeah. I have a question.
Okay.
How
Speak up.
come, when, they say when you walk in the street, you gotta walk like, you know, like, you're surrounded, I'm sorry, I came a little late.
Yeah, when you get a bunch of them.
And you can't be like, look like a visual. How do you like, I mean, how do you do that?
You walk with your eyes straight and you use your peripheral vision. But you don't walk with your head down.
No.
Because if someone does snatch your purse, don't you want a description of that person? Don't you want to look that person in the eye? Look at the lady, if anybody knows a victim of a armed robbery in the area, of a liquor store in the area. We won't mention the name, but she handled it. She got a description of the guy. And through video surveillance, it's up to the, it's in the detective's hands right now, and they're working on the
Yep,
case. But
they're enhancing that case right now, they're doing a great job. Yeah, we have really good detectives.
yes, good.
You gotta speak up. No, just speak up.
How come
How come where?
Main Street?
It's a state law.
It's a state law.
And other states?
It's a state law.
State law.
Would you change it? Are they-
We can't change it, the legislation has to change it.
That comes to your officials as you vote.
Those are elected officials.
Excuse me, officer, we want to ask him a question.
Sure.
It's under investigation and the detectives are handling the case, and that's really all we can say.
They're doing a good job, how's that?
Yeah.
They're doing a good job.
All right, thank you guys very much.